All of the ones we done beforehand, I had like a big structure towards what we was going through. And what I wanted to do with this one today is pretty much keep it a bit relaxed, because I know we spent quite a lot of time after I was going through what I had prepared, just doing like a Q&A and you know, answering questions that everyone had. So if we can, for the moment, we'll just keep your mics on like a mute, just so we can go through this. And then what we'll do is we'll just use the large portion of it to do like a Q&A, and we can go through and answer with the questions. So it's pretty simple and very relaxed what I'm basically showing today. But I just wanted to really go over a few things that have been really working for me recently, and it's going to be a little thing that you can start to implement straight away. So one of the big things that I've been doing recently with myself and also some of my clients is you've probably seen as well at this moment in time that everyone's obviously on their laptops, right? Everyone's on social media. Everyone wants to be putting content out at the minute. So what I basically wanted to show you at the moment is this one video. This sort of like corresponds together in terms of two different things, but I've got a video on, obviously I publish YouTube videos pretty much every other day or every day. And what I've noticed over the last couple of months or so is the power of YouTube if you're using it in the right way. Okay. So for example, me, right, if I go onto my channel right now, my top video is how to set up recurring payments on Stripe. And this is only sort of picked up over the last month or so, obviously, where a lot of people are doing research into having an online business, taking payments online, rather than obviously having like an in-house payment system, et cetera, et cetera. So basically what I really wanted to just overlay at the start is obviously the last couple of sessions we've done was all about producing content, you know, speaking to your audience, delivering value to your audience, right? And another video I just wanted to show you, because that's one of my services, is that we create podcasts for people. And you can see this video I done here. I done a video on how to record a podcast using Zoom, which is obviously great. Like, we're all on Zoom now. We know how powerful it is. And the sheer amount of people that are now using Zoom is ridiculous. And this is why this video has done very well only in the last 2 to 3 weeks, since everyone's obviously had to get online, use Zoom. And a lot of people that didn't even know what Zoom was. And I know the guys that are from BNI, I know for a fact that all of you are obviously now using Zoom rather than obviously doing the face-to-face meetings, right? But I just wanted to touch on this before we get into anything of the power of this video. And if you're utilizing it within your business, obviously you guys all run different businesses, so your videos are going to be completely different to mine, right? But all it is I created this video on how to record a podcast, and I uploaded it on the 26th of March. So just under a month ago now. And this is one of the best performing videos on my channel, simply because of how niched it is, right? So how people are actually searching.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. So yeah, sorry. So all of the people that are searching on this,
I don't know.
searching with intent, right? I'm just gonna mute.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I mute? Ah, there you go. Cool. So yeah, so sorry. Everyone that's searching for this type of thing is searching with intent. So throughout this video, I'm delivering value to my audience because I'm showing them exactly how I record podcasts for my clients. I literally, like, this is only a 13-minute video, but throughout this video, I literally go over my step-by-step process on how I record the podcast, right? So why that's so powerful is people are literally...
I am not available. मैं काम कर रहा मैं कितना भी बोलता मैं उन्होंने कहा नहीं है क्यों लड़ने तो भेज देते इन्हें ना कुछ करना ना कराना.
How do I
click over his name?
Sorry, that's it. Perfect. I've muted him now. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, why this is so powerful is people are searching for this video with intent. Okay, so what you need to think about is with YouTube and Google, right? Google and YouTube obviously owned by the same company. They're both owned by Google, and they are the biggest search engines on the internet, right? And that's the main thing that people overlook with YouTube is it is a search engine. Like, yes, there's funny videos on there. Yes, there's content on there. But at the end of the day, so many people go onto YouTube, and even if you really dumb it down, and if we do like a simple search, right? This is something we done with someone the other day. We just proved that if you replicated one of these videos, you could really blow up on YouTube. But if you literally type in like how to flip an egg on YouTube, you'd be surprised, right? This video has got 22 million views on how to flip an egg. And you can see the sheer amount of people that are like recreating this simple video because they know that it gets views, right? And obviously, like, you guys aren't going to want to make a video on how to flip an egg, right? But there might be certain things within your business and the services that you provide that you can put videos out there that people are searching for. So ultimately, like, what you want to do, I know for a fact that one of the services that I offer is we create podcasts for our clients. So all I've done was I reverse engineered it, and I said, okay, cool. Let me explain exactly how you can create a podcast. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to do a simple call to action. And I'm going to say something like, you know, guys, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully it helped. If you do need any extra assistance or any help creating your podcast, feel free to reach out to me, and then put my email address. And you can see like the comments and the response I got from this, like exactly the tutorial I was looking for. Thanks, and keep up the good work, etc., etc. And I already, from this video alone, have had 6 direct emails asking me more about how I can help them create podcasts. And this is a video. It's like I said, this has only been up for a month, and you think this video will sit there for years and years and years and years. And I have videos from years ago that still bring me in leads, if you like, on autopilot. So I didn't really want to like deep dive into this, but I just wanted to basically touch on it so you guys can start thinking about content ideas that you could start producing for YouTube. And they really don't have to be like really professional or anything like that. They just literally have to be, you know, so essentially solving your ideal customers' problems. Cool. So yeah,
could you be giving sort of information and bits and pieces of things like making a YouTube video on, say for instance, with Brian being in finances and stuff?
Definitely. Like Brian, obviously, when you're in the financial game, like, I would 120% recommend you start putting content on YouTube. Honestly, it is, for me, it's one of those, like, I personally, when push comes to shove, I started my business because I'm a video editor, right? And for me, it was just my passion that I like creating videos. So when I started my channel, it was very much so like, I was just doing it, and I still do it for the sake of, I like documenting. Like, I do travel videos as well, not for like anyone in my audience, because obviously if someone lands on like one of my travel videos, they're hardly going to reach out to me and be like, oh, you do social media or blah, blah. But however, I have also had people that simply see one of my vlogs and reach out to me and say, oh, I've seen one of your vlogs and I really like the way that you edit it. Do you offer video editing as a service? And I'm like, yes, I do. So even if you're creating that stuff, it goes back to what we were saying in the last one, in terms of when I was saying, like, you need to get your face out there, in terms of putting a face to your brand, right? So it's really about just making yourself seen, and using YouTube will be so good. So Amy, if we took you, for example, right? If you, let's do it in a incognito tab, just so it brings up results, not based on my cookies, if you like. So if you literally just typed in like waste management London, then you can see, like, obviously these guys, look, you got this guy's, look, Devon Contract Waste. This guy has 26,000 views from 7 years ago. And I'm guessing like all of this is just basically a trailer video, right? But you think this is potentially 26,000 people that's landed on this guy's website. And what's he got? He's got his call to action: visit www. blah 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 for your recycling needs, etc., etc. Going down, I'm thinking about. Cool. So all you got to think is this video is sitting there, and that is basically promoting his website on autopilot. And obviously it's not going to be something that's going to be easy. It's going to take some work, but if you put that work up front, like I said, I have videos from 2-3 years ago that still bring me in people into my business, because it's answering their questions. And like what you said, you might not just want to do like a promotional video. The story of waste management, for example, it's got 60,000 views. 60,000 people have jumped onto this video within 4 years, and it's just the story of waste management. So Amy, if you could recreate this video, you know that people want to see it because 60,000 people have already watched it. So what I would suggest, like we was talking about in the last one, is do some market research, see what's working for other people, and then how could you recreate that video? How could you put the 24/7 waste spin on that, right? And add your personality to it, because honestly, it's one of the big untapped markets that you could literally put something on there and it could, like I said, be bringing you in potential leads on autopilot once you put in that work up front. And there's not much on here. There's not a lot of competition. London rubbish removal and recycling service. There's not a lot of competition on YouTube here at all. So it goes back to what I was saying before, right? Even with the whole providing value to your audience and, answering the questions that they might have, solving the problems that they might have. So one of the main services that you do, Aim, is you get skips for people, right? So if I was to ask you what was the 3 main benefits of having a skip delivered to your house, what would you say?
You've got your own time to clean it up. You can have a clear out, and you please the wife when you get rid of all the rubbish.
Cool. put that into a video and let people know. It's simple stuff like that, like the top 3 reasons to have a skip delivered to your house. Yeah, or save hours of your day by not having to drive to the tip. Do you know what I mean? It's like flip reversing it and seeing what are people what's actually going to be solving people's problems, and what's going to stand out to your audience. And I think personally, that straight away, I said from the start that you guys should start uploading that YouTube content, because there's no one else really doing that either. So you're going to be standing out from the get-go straight away. And you can see from the volume of people that have watched that waste video, and it's a very basic video as well. So if you can put your own spin on those videos and create an engaging video that people want to watch, like I said, I really drum it down. But you can record that content and, like I said, upload it to YouTube, and that can be sitting there for years and years and years and years and years and bringing you in potential customers. If you have obviously your call to action and you say in the video, if you made a video, Aim, and you made it the 3 top reasons to get a skip delivered to your thing. Let's say, for example, that was your first video on YouTube, and then at the end, like I said before, you just mention, if you guys do need a skip, feel free to visit the link in the description and go ahead and book in a free quote, or give us a call and we can give you a quote, for example. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. Has anyone got any questions before I jump on to the next thing with that?
Yeah, with YouTube, how do you? I understand sort of the where making the videos can make the difference. How do you build an audience on YouTube? I mean, or do you post it on other social media and then direct it there?
Correct. Yeah. So what I personally like to do is I like to use YouTube as the top of my funnel, if you like.
Yeah.
So YouTube is all about, because you can monetize through YouTube as well. This is what people don't understand is, I've got a channel that I don't even show my face on, and it's monetized. So I have multiple, everyone says about my YouTube, and they're like, oh, how do you make money through your YouTube? Because you're not approved, so you're not monetized, you haven't got the watch hours, when you see the pre-roll ads, that's how YouTubers make their money from it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Obviously I'm going to get there at some point. It's not yet, but it will happen, of course, and that's going to be great, because also, like I said, I'm going to have hours and hours and hours of content that people are going to be able to pay to advertise in front of for the rest of my life. So as soon as that happens, it's going to be great, right? Because I'm also going to be getting leads from the business, leads into my business through those videos, because they're targeted videos to people that they're searching with intent, right? All you got to think is, if someone's searching with intent how to create a podcast, they want to create a podcast. So I know if someone comments on that video and then I reach out to them and say, oh, so you want to create a podcast, blah, blah, blah. Like that's a warm lead for me. I know for a fact that they want to create a podcast. In terms of growing it, like I said, I use YouTube as a top of the funnel, right? So I get people coming through the videos simply just from searching it. Like I mentioned before, it's a search engine. So I know a guy that I do some coaching with in America. He's like an affiliate marketer, right? He's got all these videos on his YouTube, affiliate marketing, blah, blah, blah. And he's got a video on his channel that blew up. It's on like 150,000 views right now. And it's on a chair. it's him reviewing a chair, like the difference between ergonomical chair and gaming chairs. He literally done a video comparing the two. And he isn't on like crazy subscribers from that, but also you've got to think like that's 100,000 people eyes on his business. They might not subscribe, but they're also then going to know who he is. So there's also so many different things that you can do around it. But yeah, like I mentioned, is YouTube is the top of the funnel for me. So when it comes to creating all of this content and stuff as well, I basically aim to create long form YouTube videos. And then what I was talking about in last week's, or the week before, is about repurposing that content, right? So for me, for example, and I'll show you this sort of like pretty much live. If I go onto my channel and I've got, let's take this one, for example, how to record a podcast on Zoom tutorial, etc., etc. I use this big video, and then what I would do is I would actually edit that video down. And then if you visit my Instagram, you'll notice, if you sort of look into it deeper, that all of these videos, which are all my Instagram videos, were originally YouTube videos.
They're little snippets of it, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're just like, I call them like, I like to call them the golden nuggets. So we call it a golden nugget formula, because like I said, like one of the main things that I do is I have the podcast, which is Designer Future Podcast, and I interview successful business owners, right? So one thing with that's why as well, like if you guys can make a podcast, 110%, I would recommend it, because you're going to be building your authority within that niche, right? So if you and you can do it with any business, and you can, like what I said about like the sheer amount of views from the how to record a podcast on Zoom video I recorded, you can see how many people are actively noticing how powerful podcasting is basically. So yeah, like that's what I would say. Like when it
so you put the big video on YouTube, and then you put snippets of it on Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
Leading to the YouTube channel.
Driving them back to my YouTube channel.
Driving back to the YouTube. So you're driving people to the YouTube channel rather than to your website.
Correct. Yeah, correct. And then because it goes back to that whole thing of like people searching with intent, because I don't know if Brian, you wasn't on any of the previous ones, was you?
I did your first one, but I couldn't.
Okay, cool. Perfect, no problem. So yeah, it goes back to the whole thing what I was talking about, like websites versus funnels. And it's something we was talking about with Jane was, okay, like a website, people go onto it and you've got your home page, you've got your about page, you've got your contact page, you've got your services page. Like if you manage to get someone onto your website, it's like, where do you want them to click?
Yeah.
Right. And people will go on websites and they'll click on your about, and then they'll click on your contact, and then they'll go off of the website. Whereas if you have a funnel, for example, and let me just show you this quickly, just because this might open like spark some ideas for you. So it goes back to this whole thing, right, of YouTube. And remember again, like I hate to keep drumming it in, but remember again, like this video is going to be here for as long as YouTube exists, which is going to be forever for all I'm concerned, right? So my channel, obviously, as you can see, is all around social media marketing, making money online, video editing tutorials, and weekly vlogs. So this video, for example, the one, this is the live training from the other day. Oh, everyone will have, this video is a live training from the other day, right? And ultimately, what you're trying to do with social media in the grand scheme thing, this grand scheme of everything, right, is you're trying to do three things. And there's three main things that you need to do when it comes to social media. And that is, you need people to like you, you need people to know you, and you need people to trust you. That's it. To be able to sell something online, that is the three main components: like, know, trust. Because if someone likes you, they're going to buy from you. If people know you, they're going to buy from you. If people trust you, they're going to buy from you. And now you can see that I've literally got hours and hours and hours of content. You think if someone sits through this hour of me literally showing people how to do something, how much more likely do you think they're going to buy a product that I'm selling compared to someone that's never seen any of my content?
Yeah.
And it's just building that authority, right? And it's breaking down that like, no, trust factor. If someone's taken an hour out of their day to sit and watch me like show, and of course there's tons of value in that video, and that's something, like I said, I'm putting all of that effort up front, but that hour video is going to sit there for the rest of time. And if someone lands on that video, they like, know, and trust me because of the video, there is absolutely no reason, and I'll just go back into the screen recording, there is absolutely no reason that they wouldn't come down and say, see this, oh, one-on-one coaching with Olley. Okay, cool. So click onto this, and it goes back to the funnel over the website thing, right? This is my funnel for my one-to-one coaching. So someone comes onto this and they say, design a future coaching. Okay, watch the entire video. And I won't obviously make you guys watch this, but in this video, I'm really just breaking down what my coaching consists of, the people I want to work with, the people I don't want to work with. And there's actually like a little secret thing that I do with this in terms of, there's like a special, obviously the step 2 is to book only after the video is finished, schedule in a call with me using the button below, right? So some people will obviously click on the questionnaire to then fill out for me to fill out the questionnaire for my thing. And you can see here, you've got what's the secret, what's the secret code. So in that second screen recording, when I send people to that landing page, at the end of the video, after the 10 minutes of me walking through what my coaching consists of, the benefits they're going to get from it, what I expect from them, the people I want to work with, the people I don't want to work with, because I'm very honest, if I don't feel like I can help you, I will tell you that, right? But what I've done there is at the end of the video, I say like a secret, I say like a code word, if you like, which in that form, I ask for the code. And I can't even remember what it is, but it's like blue, it's like blue snowball or something along those lines, right? So what that basically tells me, if someone fills in that form and they don't fill out that questionnaire, it tells me that they don't appreciate my time because they haven't watched that whole video and they haven't got that little code, right? But then also on the flip end of that, if someone puts in that code, I know for a fact that 1, they've watched hours and hours of my YouTube content. 2, they respect my time because they've watched the video, they know what the code is. And then from me, then when I get a form come through that's got all of that data in there, they've told me who they are, what they do, where they want to go, where they want to take their business, etc., etc. I know that they're almost like a perfect fit for my for them to be a client of mine, and they've already pre-qualified themselves. So I haven't got to get on a call with them, and I haven't got to say, oh, so who are you? What do you do? Blah blah blah. How much have you got to invest into it? Do you know what I mean? So it's just a system that it's a funnel essentially, right?
Serious, doesn't it? I suppose because they're taking the time to find the right person and do their research as well. Definitely,
yeah. And it comes down to like the coaching. Like I don't want to work with everyone because I know for a fact that what I do, it takes commitment, and I don't want to work with someone that wants to, for example, wants to do my £500 mentorship program, but then pays the £500 and then doesn't put any effort in, and then is like, oh, well, that wasn't worth £500. But do you know what I mean? So, but I know that's why I don't want to work with everyone. I want to work with people that I know are dedicated and is going to take the information I give to them, and they're actually going to use it. So that's why I have that sort of thing in, where it's almost like, as well, when you get to that point, right, and you have systems like that, if someone comes through like that and they've basically gone through this big thing and they've gone through all of these hurdles to get to me, right, I'm not then selling to them, right? They're selling themselves to me. When you think about it, right? Because they're selling themselves to me because I'm the authority within that, and they've already invested so much of their time into me. So yeah, that I've gone on a bit of a tangent, but that's why I would definitely recommend, even if you just literally start for aiming for like one YouTube video a week, even if it's very, very basic. And
tips, I suppose, isn't it? Just giving like tips out of how to do simple little things, or tips to finance the market, or Jane in how to do certain little bits, or
there's so much that you could do, like for every industry, every single niche. Like there is people searching with intent, like excuse me, like even if you go onto here, right, I have like a keyword thing for here, so like this one, right, so you can see only like 16 people have watched this whole video, which is completely fair. It's an hour long, right? But I know that if one of those 16 people clicks into this link, then like I said, they've invested an hour of their time into me. They're going to like, know, and trust me a lot more than anyone else that hasn't done that, right? So if you go on and here and we type in like how to hire a ship. How to hire a skip, right?
Change business aiming.
Yeah. 7 secrets of successful skip hire. 2 years ago, 3.4K views. Visit our website, Wasters blog, blah, blah. How to start a skip business. Obviously, you don't want to. Well, you could do that because, this is a business move. But I mean, you could do that because you're showing your expertise. Skip hire, top 3 things people always get wrong. Amy, why could you not go in, recreate this video? This is a 2-minute video, right? If you could literally watch this video, and this is what I would recommend as well. This is one key way that you can find winning videos as well, right? Bear me 2 seconds. This is one way that you can find winning videos. Okay, so this is like marketing. So these guys obviously do marketing directly for skip hires. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if we click onto this one, haul away skip hire, right? We click onto their channel, click onto videos, and then we literally just come up to the sort by and do by most popular. And you can see this obviously isn't a thingy, but what size skip do I need? 15,000 views. So there's no and this is a 1-minute video, right? So like I said before, if you can basically replicate that video, and it's not copying, it's not anything, like you're going to have that information, but just watch videos like that and then think, okay, how could I make this into a 10-minute video? And you could do that easily, because I know for a fact you've got the knowledge, and forgot about the title. What skip do I need? You know for a fact that there's this skip, there's that skip, there's this size skip. Why can't you have this size skip if you're in an industrial area? Or I don't know the ins and outs of the business, but there might be specific guidelines. It's like you can't have this big skip delivered near a school or something along those lines. But yeah, honestly, there's so much stuff. So if you guys can, definitely recommend starting a YouTube channel and just literally pushing that content out, because it's organic as well. You think it's all good, like paid ads and Facebook ads and Instagram ads, like they do great for me and my clients. However, like this is a long game. YouTube will be a long game, because like I said, you can do a video now and in 10 years it could still be bringing clients into your business.
I suppose the thing is, it's hard, like especially in my game, and everyone probably thinks it in their own business. Talking about what you do is quite boring, but if you're doing a video and people are actually searching for that, then they want to see that content, don't they? It's not like you're pushing it on your mates to say, yeah, watch this 10-minute video I've done on what happens to your rubbish after you put it in a skip, because they're not interested. But
of course, and it's like me, right? Do you think a large portion of my Instagram following is like my friends and my family? They don't give a crap about how to record a podcast, but 17,000 people do, because they're searching for that content. Like obviously I'm going to put it out there and that's what I do, but like you said, people are literally searching for that. So at the moment, I know, I literally wrote it down in my notes. It's a video I'm going to create today. I know for a fact at the moment, people are searching for it's a app called Blue Jeans, which is essentially like the same thing as Zoom. I know for a fact that people are searching for Blue Jeans because it's a competitor for Zoom. So a video I'm going to do later today, because I know that the Zoom video I've done has like taken off. It's doing really well. People are searching for that. I'm going to do a review video and I'm going to compare Blue Jeans to Zoom. Exactly the same thing. That's going to sit there for years and years and years and years. When someone types in Blue Jeans review or how to use Blue Jeans, I'm going to pop up. So yeah, there's tons of things that you can do with that. I just want to quickly jump onto the next thing I wanted to show you guys, because we have got like 4 minutes left or so. So I'll quickly just run over this. If you've got a pen handy, just write this thing down. Or I'm actually going to save this and going to do the same thing. I'll upload this to my YouTube after. But the next thing I wanted to show you was a little app. I like a little app called Zapier. I say app, it's a website. Here you go. Cool. Yeah. So this is a little app called Zapier, and it looks pretty basic. But obviously you guys were very interested in the whole automation side of things. So you can see here's a couple of ways that I use it. And what Zapier is basically an automation tool, and it would take me about 3 or 4 days to explain everything that you can do via Zapier, right? But I definitely recommend just jumping onto this, create an account. And if you click on to dashboard, you can basically see a couple of recommended things that it can do. So I know obviously I spoke to you guys about Trello. Same again, definitely recommend using Trello for pretty much every single business. It is essentially my virtual office alongside Slack. But you can basically set these things up so it automatically does certain things when certain actions take place. So one way that I've got it set up, which you can see here, is when I post a YouTube video, let's click onto it. Cool. So when I post a YouTube video, Zapier automatically posts that video onto LinkedIn for me. I'm not the biggest, I don't use LinkedIn in terms of like outreach or connecting with people really, but it's also like another avenue, of course, for people to come across my YouTube videos. My main platform is Facebook, to be honest with you, because I'm big in the Facebook groups and communities on there. But like I said, like this is something that I would not be doing. When I post a YouTube video, I would not then be going on to, I would be going onto LinkedIn and I would be sharing it on LinkedIn. But with something like this, I haven't got to, because as soon as it uploads, this automatically pulls the data from the YouTube video and it creates the LinkedIn post for me. And you can see I can do the same thing for Facebook. I've actually turned that one off for a minute because I've been plugging my videos in groups instead of just on my timeline. But if you go back to the dashboard, you can see connect this app, right? So if you had Gmail, for example, you've got it here. So send emails from Gmail for new Facebook lead ads, right? Or save new Gmail attachments to Google Drive. And like I said, there is millions and millions of things you can do on here. Trello's a really good one. I've got some Trello automation set up on here as well. So here you go, look. So create Trello cards from new rows on Google Sheets. So Aim, I know you use Google Sheets a lot as well. So there is so much you can do with Google Sheets on here, like so much, scary amounts of stuff on here. And look, you can see 1 of 3 of 2,000 pages of stuff it can do. So if I just quickly scroll through, find something that might be good. Yeah, so like in here, like generate Google Calendar events from new Google Sheet rows. So if you had like your calendar in your Google Sheets, you could get it to automatically sync that over to your calendar. And I don't know if any of you guys use MailChimp. This is a way that I've got it set up in my business Zapier account, is when someone, when I put a new email address into my email list on, I think we're going to lose everyone. But when I put a new email into my email list on my Google Sheets, it automatically puts that email address into my MailChimp, therefore into my big email space, which I send emails out to people. Cool. I think we're literally going to leave it. We're going to lose it in about 10 seconds. So what we'll do, guys, just because I did plan on doing this till 2 p.m, I'll send another link and we'll do like a 20-minute Q&A if anyone wants to jump in there and they've got any questions. I didn't answer anything. The saying that I like to always revert back to, and it's pretty dumb when you think about it, right? But ultimately, people buy from people.
Yeah.
That's when push comes to shove, people buy from people. Like, people don't buy from businesses. They buy from the person that sold them the product. Do you know what I mean? So it's like when I used to work in a gym, I used to clean up sales, being a sales assistant in a gym. What the gym was, but people know and trust you. Then, and as well, like if you're the salesperson in the gym, like obviously you're going to be in the gym continuously, right? So they don't buy into the gym. They buy in, like, not to be like pig-headed or anything, but it's like they buy into you. They want to come to that gym because they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to see Olley and he's going to motivate me and blah, blah. And I had people, when I left the gym, they was like, oh, I'm quitting my membership. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Like, the gym's still there. And they was like, nah, it's not going to be the same. So that's
it's
one
the same
thing
when you leave a company. If you've been in a sales role and then you leave the company, people tend to follow you, don't they? Because they're not worried about that company, that product. They're worried about staying with you. And
100%. And ultimately, like, imagine if you could completely fast track that process by having this content that people can build that relationship with you without you having to be there.
Olley, can I just ask a question? What would you say is the best form for me to collect all my email addresses of all my clients?
The best way to collect them?
Yeah, so I've got them all on my email, but I want to collate them somewhere. You know, like where you said with the Zapier, then with your MailChimp, it would just go across. So would you say collect them in Google Sheets then?
I do personally, yeah, just because using Zapier, using MailChimp, etc., there's so much ways that you can automate it. And as well, when you think about it with emails, obviously like emails can go somewhere, but ultimately when you think about an online business, emails are the only thing that you really actually own as a business owner online. Oh, my things. Because when you think about it, Instagram could shut down tomorrow. I seriously doubt it is. But if you had like a really big following on Instagram and that's like your main way of getting clients, and then Instagram closes down tomorrow, you're like, oh crap, I've lost those 100,000 people that follow me or something. Facebook could go tomorrow. Same again. I seriously doubt it is. But you know, your friends, your connections, your relationships that you've built on Facebook, if Facebook closes down tomorrow, you're like, oh crap, where's that gone to? So I always say emails are great because everyone is always going to have their email address, really, no matter what platforms take over. It's like TikTok, for example. Like, you know, like TikTok's like blowing up at the minute. It's like if someone built like a big following on Facebook and tomorrow, like every single person that uses Facebook is not using Facebook anymore, they're using TikTok. It's all about adapting as well, of course. So obviously, like, you'd want to build a following on TikTok, but you would tell your Facebook following that you're on TikTok, sort of thing. So with the emails, emails really are the only thing that you like physically own. Like, your email list isn't going anywhere. I'm not saying Instagram, Facebook, YouTube are going anywhere, but it's the only thing that you've literally got in black and white, someone's email address. It's like having their phone number, right? Gone off on a bit of a tangent, but yeah, Google Sheets, definitely. And if you have some sort of form, you can also set that up as a Zapier, or you can even have it, do you use Google Forms, Jane?
No.
Okay, so if you use Google Forms, then all of that data naturally goes into a Google Sheet anyway.
Right.
So if I show you like my onboarding system for my new clients, for a quick example. One a little bit forward after that. So this is the link that I send my new clients when they're signing up with me, because it's got the screen recordings of me showing them exactly what they need to do, what I can expect from them, etc., etc. But if you go to this and keep going through, then I've got a Google form on here. So onboarding process, social media management. this questionnaire is designed to streamline the onboarding process. So then when someone comes into this and they fill this form out, all of this data goes into a Google Sheet.
Wow.
So then, of course, obviously email address / addresses, they punch their email address in here, plus all of this other data. So their goals and visions with social media, what they're looking to get out of it, their business name, their address, bear with me 2 secs. Their business address. I like to send my new clients a little gift when they sign up with us. Competitors, you're going to get all of this information, and that is just going to stack in that Google Sheet. And what you can do after a very long time, like I mentioned to you guys before, I'm a very data-driven person. I've got like sheets and sheets and sheets of clients that have filled out this form. So then I can look at that in the grand scheme of things, and then like have a look at the actual data of my clients, and say, for example, I can see, 85% of my clients are online based businesses. So for me, it's like, okay, let me focus solely on online businesses rather than your brick and mortar. Obviously now it's not really a good time for brick and mortar regardless, but yeah, just having, it goes back to the whole systems and softwares in place. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
What was that on, Olley? What was that on? That sheet that you just showed us?
So this is, yes, I don't know if you would have seen this before. This is my onboarding system. So when I sign up a new client, I have this process because before I used to, I used to have to spend hours and hours on like Zoom calls like we are now. But now when I sign up a new client, I literally just send them this link.
Link to this. So, and what's this built on though?
It's called Lead Pages. I'll go ahead and send you the link for it. Lead Pages, honestly, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've got a link for a 7-day trial in there as well. And if you want to implement something like this, as in like an onboarding, definitely recommend it. This has saved me so much time within my business. Now when I sign up a client, I literally I have to spend about an hour getting them set up rather than about 10. And as well, it takes the unpredictability out of me signing up a new client. So I used to arrange calls with them, and it would be like, if we use this as an example, what to expect from our 90 days. I would have had to physically sit there and explain what they're going to expect from the 90 days of working with me, or what I expect from them. How should they act with me? What can they expect me to be like? And it goes through. So part of my service is obviously running their social media accounts. So of course, I've just recorded a screen recording of me showing them exactly how they set it up, rather than me having to get on a Zoom call with each individual client I sign up and show them live. Just done it, and now that's automated. It took me a while to do, but you got to think, I've set that up once, and now I've never got to do that again. But yeah, so the Google form is just embedded in this Google in the lead page, and so like I basically get all of the data that I need from this new client within this one session, and it is long. It's a long-winded process. But I mentioned in the first video, hey guys, like thank you for jumping on the onboarding process. We're really excited to have you as a new client. This onboarding process will take at least 30 to 60 minutes, but please remember that we're going to get all of the information we need from you. We're not going to be bothering you with emails, text messages, asking for logos.
Again, it's if they're prepared to put that time in, then it tells you as well that they're serious, doesn't it? So
exactly, yeah.
And same as you were talking about earlier on. So.
Exactly, yeah. And it's one of those things as well. Is people respect this as well. Like I've had clients that are literally like, wow, like how can we do this in our business? Where like, and you're like, what? And they're like,
I do a similar thing, but it's a Word document that I send out. Basically, I send any new client that wants to do a mortgage, I send them a data capture form. And if they're willing to spend 20-25 minutes filling out a form, giving me their basic details, then I know they're serious. If they're not going to fill it out, then I know they're just time wasters.
You're almost pre-qualifying them first, aren't you?
Exactly, that's it. Yeah, but if I could automate that, this looks like a way I could potentially automate it.
Exactly. Exactly. And what that does for me is it completely removes me out of the question. I haven't got to send them the questionnaire. I haven't got to wait for it to come back. I haven't got to, bother him if they don't respond to it, etc. So yeah, even this onboarding system, I've had clients that I've literally not even spoke to before they've gone through and filled all of this information out for me. And obviously I don't typically send this to a person unless like we've already agreed what we're doing, what we're working on. And this is for a specific service. This is for my social media management. I have a different funnel for the podcast. I have a different funnel for the social media marketing. I have 3 main services, and I have 3 funnels, 3 onboarding funnels for each of them. And there's so many different ways you can do this, so many. And you can see how I utilize the funnel for my coaching as well. But yeah, if you're using, and as well, what you got to think, Brian, is like, obviously like a Google Doc, like, yeah, people are going to be like, okay, cool. But it's also like, it shows that you're a figure of authority as well. If you have like that sort of system in place as well, because then you can, like, I literally go to people and I'm like, yeah, I've got this onboarding process that I put together that saves me and my clients hours and hours when starting our relationship, and we get the ball rolling straight away rather than back and forth, going back and forth, emails, texts, etc. And when people see it and they go through it, like I've literally had a client that signed up for the social media marketing program, went through it, and then literally like paid me to then make him an onboarding funnel. So I was like, oh, cool, because they were so impressed by it. And there's so many ways. Like I think that something like that can be implemented into pretty much any business. I'm working with a personal trainer at the moment, and he's finding it really hard to do this. But it's one thing that I said to him. I was like, listen, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy for you to do. But once you've done that, that's going to be there forever, and you will never have to spend that time. And it's going to get draining as well. If you've got like this main service that you provide, you don't, like, obviously it's your service. You're going to be proud to be talking about it all the time. But it's like, what's the service? Oh yeah, social media management. We run your social media account, but like it will get repetitive. So yeah, just a little.
You forget to say after things because you say it so naturally. I know I do with mine, and then it isn't until you get off the phone and you go, I didn't even ask them that, or because you know it's the normal everyday questions that you should ask and you don't ask. So everything's there then, isn't it? It's just there.
Of course, yeah. And it's like, like that onboarding funnel is literally a game changer, because like I said before, I used to sign up a new client. I used to arrange like a kickoff call with them. We used to get on the phone call. I used to ask them, like Amy said, I used to ask them all the questions I thought I needed to ask them. And then I'd gather all of that data, maybe with like a pen or a pad, or like I was writing a document. And then I'm like,
then you call me back and say, oh, I forgot.
Yeah. And then the next day I call them back and I'm like, oh, it's like, we've got everything, but we still need your logo. Or we've got everything, but how often do you want to post on social media? Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, having a system, and obviously the last session we done was all about systems and processes that we have in place, but systems have changed the game when it comes to my business, for sure.
Yeah. Do you do like a lot of MailChimp, like mail outs? You still think you should be doing mail outs and stuff, like, especially in like Brian and James' industry with information and just keeping in touch with people?
Definitely. I know people that send like 3 emails a day to their email list. Like literally, like, and people read them and people go through them. Like of course, like you'll have people unsubscribe, and I test mine for all different things. I don't personally really use MailChimp for the business, DAF Global, but I just sort of test the water really, because I do other avenues really. And when I email someone, it's usually with intent. It's not.
Yours is more sort of social media platform based anyway, isn't it? Say for Brian, for instance, if he was to do like some kind of monthly like newsletter type thing,
honestly, MailChimp is really good, and I've only recently got into it because email marketing isn't necessarily like you said, my main attraction is social media, and I sort of practice what I preach. I don't claim to be like an email marketer. I know people that solely just use email. But even like my MailChimp, I was split testing some stuff the other day, and I only use it for my affiliate marketing stuff. Because when it comes to affiliate marketing, a lot of people are going to be more inclined via email. And it's also like, it's the exact same thing. If you put the right message in front of the right person, of course it's still going to work. And if you go into my reports, I'll show you how I was split testing the other day. Like you can see, this is how I've been using it. You can see straight away, you've got how to create and automate your posts, right? And you've got 75% of my email list open it, but no one clicked on it. So no one clicked on I've just been split testing it to try and promote my YouTube videos. Which the thing is, most of the people that's in my email list already subscribe to the channel anyway, so they're gonna see it regardless. But I'm just doing it to test it, really. But then you can see, if you go onto this one, you got 20 opens and 2 people actually clicked on it. So what that tells me, as from like a copywriting point of view, what I really use it for now is to like split test copywriting, just because of this simple like data that you can get. And this is a free plan, by the way, on MailChimp. Like I said, I don't really use it. And I only have, for this email list, I only have 61 subscribers to this email list. So I don't really use it for anything, really. I just really throw some emails out there if I'm feeling it. My main attraction is Facebook. Like, I would rather put my efforts into writing some really nice copy for Facebook, because I know that I can get in front of thousands, if not millions, of people in Facebook groups. But I will continuously build this email list for sure. But also at the minute, I haven't really got anything that I want to sell to anyone through an email. If that makes sense. Because also it goes with that like, no trust factor. If I'm just emailing someone, they're going to be like, who the hell is this? Whereas if they go through like one of my hour YouTube videos and then they email me, it's going to be a lot different, right?
Yeah, you're putting the ball in their court, and you to contact you then. Yeah.
So like, me personally, I don't use email marketing like that. I use email marketing for the agency, but I don't use it in terms of like automating it, sort of thing. Any other questions? I see Mohammed has said Lead Pages is an app, ? Lead Pages is a funnel builder. It's what I built my whole website through. It's what I recommend anyone to use, to be completely honest with you. I've actually got a link that you can use. You get 7 days, a 7-day free trial for signing up with it. And 7 days is enough, basically, to see if you like it or not. And while we're on that topic, is I'll actually just walk you guys through it. And this is what I built every one of those onboarding funnels on, like absolutely all of them. I built my website through here as well. Like a dummy could literally create a website through here.
So how much is this per month?
Lead Pages for me. Lead Pages is, I believe, I'm going to have to find that one out for you, Jay.
Do you have to pay to have a YouTube channel as well?
No, YouTube is completely free. And
right.
that's why that's the first thing I said on this call, is because YouTube is free and it's organic traffic and people are searching with intent. So that's, that's why I say, like, I honestly don't even think people need a website. I only have this website so I can have the funnels to automate my onboarding and like those sort of systems. In terms of the actual website, the website barely brings me in any new leads, really. So sorry, this is for the most popular one, is $48 a month. I pay more than that because I have the one. Oh, okay, maybe not. No, maybe that is the one that I have. I don't know. Yeah, so the pro one is $48 a month, and this one is probably the best one. The only reason I upgraded to this one is because you can do online payments and sales on there. So if I show you, if I log into it quickly, the wrong one. Bear me. yeah, so this is like inside of lead pages, and there's so many different ways, and obviously it's good because you can see all of the traffic and stuff that lands on here. You can see I've got landing pages and then I've got sites. So you can see my website here, and look, that's a very good point. I've only just started turning the conversion tracking on, but you can see like it's had like 646 visitors onto the main site, but I've only had 5 conversions for it. Whereas the landing pages, because people are landing on those pages with intent, or I've like it goes back to what I was saying before of like the whole home page, about page, contact page, blah blah blah. When people land on my landing pages, I'm telling them, this is what I want you to do. I want you to fill this form out. I want you to watch this video. It's literally called a funnel for a reason. Like a website, someone lands on a website and they can go anywhere and everywhere. You're not telling them, you're not clear on what you want them to do, because there's so much, and that's what I mean. That's what I always say about a funnel over a website, because a funnel, you can literally lead them down a thing. So when people ask me for my website, I don't send them that main I don't typically ever send them that main website. I would send them a funnel on what they're reaching out to me in regards to. So if they're reaching out to me in regards to the podcast machine, for example, then I wouldn't send them my website, because they're going to go onto my website and think, right, where's the podcast stuff? Or what's happening within this. Whereas if someone comes on, let me find the funnel. Yeah, the content engine, we like to call it, right? They can come on here and we have this. So you can see the difference, right? I would send them this link, and it's the same with like the onboarding and stuff, like blah, blah. But if someone comes to me and they say, oh, so what's this podcast machine that you do, blah, blah, I would send them this link. I wouldn't send them my website link, because this is where I want them to come. And you can see straight away, it's like, if you're looking to ensure you have consistent quality content, the content engine is for you. And then it comes down, it's like one podcast episode turns into 36 unique posts. Content engine, it explains exactly what it is. They go down. Okay, they get a YouTube thumbnail. Okay, we make preview clips for them. We make the other graphics for them for their other content. We then make the micro content for them, and it's literally showing them exactly what we do, blah blah. And then you'll see at the end what they're going to do. They're going to book in a free discovery call with me, and by doing that, I'm literally walking them through exactly what I want them to do. I'm not saying, oh yeah, go onto my website and there's a page that tells you about the fun. Could you send me a link for this? Yeah, of course I can, Mohammed, no problem. Yeah, so it's crazy when you think about it, but it's like.
So would you say then, just using obviously, is that Mohammed as in your Mohammed, Brian? That's in tablet. Yeah. So would you say, like, if someone said to Brian, for instance, about sending a website, but they want to talk to him about mortgages or finance or like different aspects, you'd send them directly to that section rather than the whole that homepage, if you like.
Definitely. Like if I was Brian, sorry, walk me through just like a quick summary about the service, for example.
What, okay. Brian? So
yeah, well, there's 4 main areas. So it's mortgages, protection, wealth management, and corporate.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so like say for example, someone comes to you and they're talking about, you know, their mortgage and how can they get it for cheaper, etc., etc. Imagine if you, like I said, systems have saved my life when it comes to saving your time, right? Imagine, do you have the same conversation with most clients when it comes to explaining the podcast, podcast in my head? You have pretty much the same conversation, right? So imagine if you recorded yourself explaining all of that once, right? And you put it onto one of these pages, and you just had that video, and you had a simple title that said, okay, so, you want to find out more about mortgages ? Or something like, you split test, that sort of stuff. Imagine if you had that one video, you recorded it like we was talking about before, Amy. Like if you get it wrong, record it again, because it's going to be there forever, right? But then imagine if you had that one video, and then at the end of the video, same again, you had, cool, if I've answered all of your questions, or if you have any more questions to answer me, at the bottom of this video, there's going to be a link to book in a call with me. system. Like that is a system right there. And it's the same with this. Like, if someone comes to me and they say to me, oh, so what is it that you do? What is it you do with the podcast? Like, I won't even reply to them. I'll just be like, check out this link. Hopefully it answers all the questions. Because I'm literally telling them exactly, and they're scrolling down. You know, they're going to get to the end of this. They're going to read all of this, and then they're going to book in a call with me. And as well, it goes back to what we were saying about like pre-qualifying the people. When they've then booked the call in with me through going through that funnel, I don't have to explain everything. I don't have to explain what it is, what it does, how it's going to help them. They already know that, and I haven't had to do any of that. Now all I've got, and it goes back to that same thing. When people invest that time into you, and they've watched that, you're not selling to them at that point. They're selling to you, because they're like, whoa, shit, this is impressive. They're like, whoa, yeah, I want a piece of this. Like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's got all of this. You know, it's the same again. Like, people buy from people. If they spend 10 minutes watching this video with you, it's funny when you think about it, but that sort of stuff has just changed the game for me, because that's something you can definitely automate. I'm just going to grab this link from Hamid as well. Is there any other questions and stuff while we're on here? I'm just going to grab this before I forget it.
Jane, you look.
No, it's just amazing. I just think all this system thing is just incredible. Yeah. You know, it saves so much time.
It's in place, haven't you, since the first one?
Yeah, so I have started, I just want to now collate all my emails together and, you know, do MailChimps and stuff. Because the thing is, you know, you do stuff for clients, but you never do anything for yourself.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? So this time is investing in your own business, I think, as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back onto 40 minutes. Bloody hell, that went quick. Bloody hell. Right, cool. I've just basically put that onto. Oh, sorry, that's in a private chat. Let me just make that initials. If anyone wants me to. Oh, there you go. There you go. I've put it into there. If you want me to send you across, this is apart from my thing. So if you want the onboarding funnel, I'm more than happy to give you my funnel. And then what you can basically do is you can copy the whole funnel, and you can just go in and change the videos and the titles and stuff. Everything will already be set up in terms of like it being linked to the pages and stuff. And of course, obviously, if you guys are struggling with it, feel free to just let me know. Got my desk. I've got a new standing desk. I literally got it last week. There's wires underneath it, and they keep popping out. But it's amazing. I'm absolutely loving it.
You're better now, you're standing.
Yeah, look, it's like the electric one. So I was confusing this as I was on a phone call the other day, and I was literally had it going up. It's funny.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, but I sit at this desk for hours some days. So
yeah, I do. I sit at mine too long. Yeah, no, that would be amazing. The funnel thing, that would be
cool.
Really cool.
Well,
sitting at your desk. Sorry, just interrupted. Staying sitting at your desk. Ollie's done a video with Sahela, so I'll share that when that goes live about posture and sitting at your desk and all different bits and pieces.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, no, that was really cool. She was really nice. That was part of the podcast. That will go out. I'm doing 2 of those a week at the moment, so it'll be quite a lot. Let's put this down a little bit. Cool. Any other questions, guys? Like while we're sort of on the whole automation topic.
I think plenty to think about, plenty to
take in. Yeah.
So Brian as well. Like what I would suggest with you, like I was saying to Jane and Amy the other day, is obviously like my onboarding funnel is very specific to. He's unmuted his mic. My onboarding funnel is very specific in terms of like what I do with my service and what I need from my clients, etc., etc. But you could set up the same thing. And what I would suggest first is just literally write with a pen and paper, start to finish, everything that you need from your clients and everything they expect from you, and then literally just transfer it into that onboarding funnel.
Yeah.
And use Google Forms as well. Google Forms would be really good. Yeah.
Well, we've actually, I mean, coincidentally, we've started doing that anyway, and getting a process in place.
Cool.
But yeah, I can see that that would be a really good way to actually put that process into somewhere. So yeah.
And does the whole YouTube stuff interest you whatsoever?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've done a few little bits on YouTube over the years, but not a lot. But only little bits. But it was more about how, you know, it's something that I thought about quite a bit. But it was how to sort of build the audience was the, you know,
the thing is that I like to talk about, right? And you know, I come from a fitness background. Like I said, I used to work in a gym. I was, you know, I come into it as a salesperson, and obviously I'm a big gym goer. I'm into the gym. I'm a personal trainer. Can't see it under my little jumper. But you know, like for me, I built an audience online as a personal trainer, right? So I had this audience on my personal training account. I've still got 11,000 followers. I haven't touched the account in 3 or 4 years now. It's just sort of sitting there because all of that audience isn't necessarily someone that I'm speaking to now, right? But the main thing to consider from it is my account now. I have, like, on my Instagram and my YouTube, for example, I'm only really just starting growing my YouTube. But ultimately, like, what you got to think is I could have one follower and it could be Oprah Winfrey, and then she could tell the whole world about me. So it's like, I know people, like, hands-on, I know people that have got 80,000 followers on Instagram and they are dead broke. Like, they've got nothing to prove for it, because all of the people that follow it, like, is a girl, by the way, and like she post, like, you know, like the Insta posting pictures of her in a bikini and all stuff like that. It's like, right, but the 80,000 people are just, excuse my French, nonsense over you, really. Like, they're not going to buy anything that you sell, are they? Like,
quality,
you know what I mean? So it's like it's quality over quantity, really. And it's like, I would rather have 10 followers and every single one of them are like hard Olley fans, and like anything I release they're going to buy, rather than have 100,000 people and only like 5 of them really even care about who I am or what I do. Like, me personally, I'd rather impact 2 people than have million. Like, obviously it'd be nice to have millions of followers, but only if they really cared about me. And that's what I was really trying to get to, is I make a living now with 700 followers or whatever it is, rather than the 10,000 followers that, you know, if I release something, none of them are really going to buy anything, because I haven't got, like, it goes back to the beginning, what I was talking about. Like, none of them like, know, or trust me. They might like the fitness picture that I used to put with, like, when I used to have shredded abs, and I don't really have that at the minute, especially quarantine, but they like it because it's like that Instagrammable picture. But it's the same with YouTube. I've only got, I think we're soon going to hit 1,000 followers, and obviously with that's when I can monetize the channel, which is obviously going to be great. But also, I've only got 700 or something on there at the minute, but I continuously get people come through, and they don't need to be a subscriber to go through your funnel. Loads of people that aren't subscribed to the channel that just click on a video, like the Zoom channel. All the one I showed you earlier, the one that's on like 1,700 views in the last 3 weeks or something. Clearly, all of them people that have watched that video haven't subscribed to my channel, but a lot of them have reached out to me. And if I show you, for example, a lot of that, they go through my funnel. And like I said, like, Facebook is my main place, really. You can see, like, people would be messaging me on there just from going through those funnels. So I shouldn't really show who she is, really. No, I won't show who she is. It's a bit unprofessional, I suppose, ain't it, for this whole screen sharing thing. But there's a lady, and she come onto that Zoom video last night. She's in America. She come onto it at 11 o'clock last night, and she booked in a call with me at 11:30 last night when I was laying in bed for 5 o'clock today.
Wow.
So yeah, and like I'm saying,
working 24 hours a day, isn't it, with all the social media and stuff. It's
exactly systems, processes in place, and that's what I mean. And you know what you're saying about putting yourself out there and stuff like that. Like it took a lot for me to, well, see after a while, but it does take a lot to have the confidence to come out with that and speak about that sort of stuff. But like I said, if you don't get it right the first time, great, do it again. Or you know what I mean? It's going to be a process, of course. And the more you get on camera, the more you talk. Me personally, like I want to get into public speaking. Really not going to happen at the moment. But me talking to a camera, me continuously talking to a camera, or me continuously talking to you guys, I'm developing it. I'm getting better at it. I'm going to be expanding my knowledge and expanding my skill set within that. So me personally, that's always been a big thing for me is, okay, if I can get good on camera, if I can get good to speaking to a camera, when I speak to a crowd of 1,000 people, I'm just going to have in my head, I'm speaking to my camera, or I'm speaking. And as well, like when I speak to my camera now, it goes with that whole like mindset of like, I'm reading a book at the moment, like 7 habits of, I can't remember what it's called, 7 habits of successful people or something along those lines. And it says like, we're getting really deep now. We're going to listen in a minute. You know, you've been on it for too long when you get into that. It basically says like, you need to think you're the person. You need to think you're the person that is actually achieving those goals before it's ever going to happen. In terms of like,
Not believing in yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, like how I'm saying about like the YouTube, like I plan to have that, like my goal is to have that 100k followers, 100k subscribers, should I say, right? So when I speak to my camera now, I'm speaking like I'm speaking to 100,000 people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
You've never been shy around the camera anyway,
No, true that. It's very true. Right. Cool, guys. I'm gonna have to shoot because I've got a call at 1:30. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will.
Thank you so much.
Really good, Olley. Thanks so much.
No problem. I will edit this up for you guys and put it up onto the YouTube if you do want to go back and revisit anything. So guys, if you did make it all the way through this video, I hope it did bring you some value. This is a really cool little community we're building. It's a strange time for everyone at the moment, and you know, it's all about adapting. So you know, I'm very proud of the people that we've got in this community, and you know, their want to take their knowledge and excel it online. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I obviously am going to leave that one here. It's a bit of a long one. Like I said, if you did make it all the way through, thank you for spending the last hour with me. And like I said, genuinely hope you got some value from it. If you do want to reach out to me, my email address will be in the description of the video. If you are interested in one-on-one coaching, you can also go ahead and book in a call with me to see if you will qualify.